Cowboy Ryan. I'm back here with the Being Happy. Listen, being happy is ready for this one? Today's homework assignment for you is don't settle. Stop settling. Stop settling for a mediocre life. Stop settling for a mediocre mind. Stop settling for feeling mediocre. Stop settling for everything that's mediocre in your life. You got to step it up. You got to raise your standards. You got to take a look at the things that is just mediocre or below your standards and say enough is enough, okay? If you're overweight, stop settling for being overweight. If you don't have money in the bank, stop settling for not having money in the bank. If you don't have a job, stop settling for not having a job. If your kids are not listening to you, if your kids are not behaving, stop settling for them not behaving. Stop understanding if people are not treating you the way you want to be treated. Stop settling for the mediocre life. You're the one. You are the one. It is up to you. No one else is in charge of your life but you. And the reason that you have everything in your life and the reason that everything is the standards in your life right now is you've settled for mediocre. Well, I'm only 30 pounds overweight. It's not that bad. Just stop BSing yourself. Say BS. No, that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. Enough is enough. And I am not going to settle for being overweight no more. I am done. If you don't feel good, stop settling for not feeling good. If you're unhappy, stop settling. Stop living every single day going, well, just another mundane day, another rainy, cloudy, miserable day out. Stop it. If you don't like your job, stop that job. Quit your job. Go find a new job. Go back to school. Go back to college. Start your own business. Do an online business. Take an online course. Whatever. If you don't understand how to do something, go online and do research and start finding out how to do that, okay? If your relationship is horrible with your husband, your wife, your brother, your girlfriend, whatever it is, your relationships, stop settling for a mediocre relationship. Step it up, okay? This right here, I'm going to tell you, raise your standards. That's it. That is the biggest word I can tell you. I want you to write it down. Raise your standards. Write it down so you can see it because that is where your life is going to change. What do I mean by raise your standards? Stop settling for mediocre, okay? If your standard right now is that it's okay to be 30, 40 pounds overweight, well, that's your standard, okay? You got to raise your standards and say enough is enough. I'm not going to live like this anymore. This is not me. If people treat you harshly, stop it. Don't allow people to treat you harshly anymore, okay? Don't hang around those people or kick those people out of your life or have a hard time with them saying, you're not going to treat me like this anymore. I'm not going to put up with it. I am done with it. Raise your standards, okay? You've come this far in the program for me to tell you to raise your standards. Yes, everything in my life that has ever changed is when I decide enough is enough and I'm going to raise my standards. Every single client that I've ever worked with in my gym that just struggled and they're just not really getting the results that they should be getting and they're struggling with their foods and they're struggling with staying committed, it's because they have low standards, okay? If you find yourself always indulging in a big bag of chips and a soda and nachos and beer and all this crap that you know you shouldn't be eating, you have low standards. It's that simple. You got to raise the standards on yourself. As soon as you raise your standards, your life will change. And when your life changes, when your life starts to change and you start to see progress, this is where I'm going with this whole video. When you start seeing progress in your life, progress equals happiness. It feels good when you start seeing progression in any area in your life. If you're not seeing progress in any area of your life, you start to get sad and unhappy, okay? Raise your standards, my friends. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's today's lesson. Take a look at every area in your life. If you have not enough month in the month to pay your bills, okay? What it means, you don't have enough money to make it through the month. You got to raise your standards. You got to go to get a new job, go to your boss and say, I need a raise, or get a second job. Okay? If your kids aren't listening to you, raise your standards. But what does this have to do with happiness? When you raise your standards, you're instantly going to start getting happy because you're going to start seeing progress. That is a homework assignment for you today. Go take a look at every single area of your life that you want to improve, that you're unhappy with. Raise your standards. All right, there it is, guys. We'll see you in the next video. You got 24 hours to work on raising your standards.